Good morning, guys. For those who haven't seen me before, my name is Josh. I am a hobbyist miner, documenting my journey as I build out my mining farm, my mining operation, to show you guys how much work goes into it and what it takes to build out an operation like me. The Guest Butler rig, or the mix of different graphics cards, is hashing away perfectly. I'm having no trouble. Just to confirm, I'm in Hive OS, and as you can see, my 21 GPU mining farm, or I guess you can't really call it a farm, but like my mining rigs all together are making 1.1 giga hash over 21 GPUs. And I'm using about 2800 watts across both my circuit breakers. So I got a lot of stuff ready for building out another mining rig. Yesterday I got a Zotac 3060 Ti. This is the Amp White edition. This retails about $700. I got this off the Zotac Q website. I got really lucky. I wasn't actually looking for a Zotac drop. I just went on their website randomly. I think the drop happened a couple hours before, and for some reason this card was still in stock. I mean, probably because it's like way overpriced. I mean, I paid $700 for this card, which, you know, for a light hash rate card, it's okay. It's better than scalper prices. Some other cool stuff I have. These are the new PCIe risers that I bought from my supplier from Alibaba. These, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, sorry guys, but these are the GPUrisers.com risers, essentially, except they're not in white. They've been running really well. These are the version 10. They have 8 capacitors, gold-plated USB ports, and it's just very thick. The FR4 plate is very, very well constructed. All the capacitors, resistors, they just seem to be in tip-top order. You go over here, as you can tell, the 3 graphics cards with the new GPU risers are hashing away perfectly. I'm having no trouble with them at all, so that's awesome. I'll be using these for my new GPU mining rig. So 2 really important things that I want to show you. Let me show you this first. This is a 7-inch display that you can plug into your mining rigs. I bought this because if I want to put other rigs around the house, I don't want to be having a monitor like this laying around. I wanted something a little bit more compact, easy to glance at, so that way it's not like an eyesore when it's just laying around my house. I did end up buying 3 of these for my other rig, so this one will be going on my new rig, and these 2 will be going on here. So my plan is I'm going to be installing them on this shelf and this shelf. I'll document that in another video, but essentially I want to get rid of this. I want to keep this display, but the thing is I don't want to have this on all the time just because this uses a ton of power. Now this is the star of the show. This is what I've been looking forward to for the past 3 weeks. Now essentially what I got here is a 12 GPU mining frame. Now this might look a little bit familiar to other GPU mining frames you may have seen on YouTube, specifically the AAA Wave 12 GPU mining frame. They might have added their own cosmetic touches or final touches on the finish and fit, but essentially they are drop shipping these frames from China. Now I have a supplier in China who is able to supply these for me for really cheap. I think I paid only $90 for this. You take that as you will. I wanted to save $70 on my mining frame because I think spending over $150 on a frame is kind of ridiculous. I'm essentially going to be using this rig to heat up my downstairs. Now my downstairs is a very open concept house, and there's not a lot of walls obstructing the living room, kitchen, dining room. So it's gonna be able to fill the entire room up completely with heat. At least that's what I think. I want to get at least 7 to 12, maybe not 12, but probably 8 or 9 graphics cards on this rig. And I think it'll be enough to pump enough heat and heat up the whole room. And that's essentially just gonna be making me money while heating up my house to lower my electricity bill, which is awesome. The reason why I wanted to use 12 GPUs was just to make sure that the motherboard could support 12 graphics cards, the E250 mining motherboard. So now that I know that it works without any hitches, my plan is I'm going to pull off the light hash rate card, these 1060s, that 1060. But enough talking, let's get this rig built up.
Already yellow, thought it was green, I guess I ain't get the memo. Don't understand how you're just willing to let go, but I can't move on, baby, I'm too sentimental. Oh, shit, I can't escape my broken brain, they're following me. All those mistakes I know I made, oh, I wonder what did it take to run away.
All right, guys, it's about 5 hours later. It's been a really long day. It's 10 p.m. at night in Seattle, and oh God, it's been a really long day. My back hurts, my neck hurts, my brain hurts, my head hurts, and the last thing I really want to do is take apart a fully functioning mining rig and put it on another mining frame and hopefully not break anything in the process. It's literally the last thing I want to do, but I want to make some supplemental heat for my house, so that way I'm not tapping into so much electricity to use the furnace, because why not use the supplemental heat I'm already generating to make money to heat up the house for free. Might as well, right? Just wasted heat at this point. So I did run into some issues when building the frame. The instructions were actually garbage. It took a lot longer than I was expecting, even with the 2 or 3 different interruptions I had, phone calls. I just couldn't finish it as quickly as I wanted to, which is frustrating, but it's just as bad as the manuals that AAA Wave was using on their frames. I mean, I don't think they upgraded it at all whatsoever. I think it's like the identical manual. So even with the AAA Wave manual, I mean, this is probably a step up, not by much, from the AAA Wave manual that I've seen other YouTubers, I guess, advertise, but this is identical to the AAA Wave frame. You can see their logo right there. I mean, I don't know if this is just a knockoff of that frame, but I mean, it's the exact same manual, almost the exact same frame. I did have some issues with the frame, however. The instructions are actually really bad. I couldn't tell which way this bottom part of the frame gets put on the actual legs and standoffs. I have the tray flipped upside down. So that's frustrating. Guess I gotta unscrew those, put it back together. I am way too smooth brained to figure out how to get this frame built, but I guess I'm just built different. So I'm gonna need some more time on this. Time lapse time.
You were my hope, now I'm hopeless. Girl, when you said that we should be close, did you know that you would end up just going ghost? Now the tone and don't work anymore. I need something more. Oh, already yellow. Thought it was green, I had my foot on the pedal. Too colorblind to see you already let go. But I can't move on, maybe I'm too sentimental. Oh, I crashed the rental trying to get out of town. Cause I can't still be here with you not around. I thought you were the one that could hold me down. But oh, ain't that funny now, cause you're fucking gone. And it's
So I managed to flip around the bottom tray. Super annoying, can't believe I didn't put it together right the first time, but I got the bottom tray flipped on the right orientation. I also finished installing the arm bars. So this is like, I think, a structural piece on the frame itself. Basically what it does is it allows the GPU PCIe risers to rest nicely on top of it and prevent the GPU from like sagging and bending the front arm bars. Now, this is what it would look like. I'm just giving you an example. This is the dead card. A nice little touch I did on mine is I added this rubber foam. So this is like a toolbox liner foam. It's made out of rubber, like a rubber foam material that is not electrically conductive. Some miners might not know this, but if you're currently running a GPU mining frame and sometimes you have your rig shut down randomly for absolutely no reason, what could be happening is your GPU risers are actually shorting out. Now, generally your GPU risers, they have this foam, this non-conductive foam below, underneath your PCIe riser. Now, the problem is you've got pins underneath the foam and short out on the actual armbar itself. So I don't really know why this one didn't come with the foam itself. So I ended up adding toolbox foam on top of it. This is the same foam I used to insulate the motherboards on each one of my rigs. So I have all my motherboards supported by a piece of cardboard, and then I also zip tie it to the rubber liner. Screws are going to be useful for mounting the graphics cards onto the frame and also screwing in future GPUs onto my GPU risers. So that's pretty cool. And what also came as a surprise to me was it comes with a power cable. That is awesome. Was not expecting that. I mean, I didn't think I needed it, but you know, I'll take free stuff. I decided to opt for a Pentium processor over my 6600 that I'm using in my other motherboard, even though it was cheaper and it's a better performing CPU. Reason is because I wanted to go for power efficiency. I mean, this uses probably 30, 40 watts less on idle than my 6600 or any other 6th gen CPU. I'm powering the rigs with a EVGA 1000 watt gold rated power supply. I got this for around $150, and that's actually a pretty good deal because these power supplies, 1000 watts and above, specifically this one, because this is the newer generation EVGA 1000 watt, they go for around $200 to $180 for each power supply. So this was a pretty good deal. Had to scoop that one up. But I bought the cheapest RAM I could find that I know would be reliable. Vulkan makes good RAM, so I'm not worried about that. But that's enough about the components. I'm going to get this rig up and running, gonna run this graphics card just to make sure everything's working properly, and then I'm going to boot off this rig and remove the graphics cards that I don't want on here and move them over to this frame.
Oh, my name, I swear I wish you wanted to stay. But you were my home and now I'm homesick. Girl, when you told me you had to go, I was broken. Oh, ever since you left me alone, melatonin don't work anymore. No, no. You were my hope, now I'm hopeless. Girl, when you said that we should be close, did you know that you would end up just going ghost? Melatonin don't work.
Alrighty guys, so I got the new Zotac 3060 Ti hashing away. It looks like the rig is booted up fine. I'm currently using a USB Wi-Fi dongle adapter to connect to the internet because this won't be anywhere near a Ethernet line or like a hardwire directly to my internet. As you can see, I'm hashing away at NB Miner. I placed general overclocks on the rig. As you can tell, this rig is gonna be called the space heater for obvious reasons. My plan is I'm gonna boot off this rig right here and take apart the graphics cards and keep adding them onto this rig.
Already yellow, thought it was green, I had my foot on the pedal. Too colorblind to see you already let go. But I can't move on, maybe I'm too sentimental. Oh, I crashed the rental trying to get out of town. Cause I can't still be here with you not around. I thought you were the one that could hold me down. But oh, ain't that funny now, cause you're fucking gone. And it's all I think about. You were my home, now I'm homesick. Girl, when you told me you had to go, I was broken. Oh, ever since you left me alone, melatonin don't work anymore. Oh, you were my home, now I'm hopeless. Girl, when you said that we should be close, did you know that you would end up just going ghost? Melatonin don't work anymore. I need something more, I need something.
Oh my God, where does the time go? So I've been here since 10 at night. It's currently 2 in the morning. I probably came here at 9. I've been working on this for 5 hours. I'm tired, my back hurts. But I think I got 7 graphics cards mining. Oh shit, never mind, god damn it. Well, it was mining a second ago. I guess now the rig just dropped off all the cards again. Damn. And I haven't even mounted this display yet, god damn it. Well, Ripperino, I guess I will deal with this crap tomorrow. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this rig onto the outlet over there and fire up the rig that I know is working just because I want that to be mining while I'm sleeping. Ha ha ha, look at that. It started mining again. Very unstable, god dang. This rig is on a 20 amp circuit breaker that's only with the kitchen. The rest of the rigs are hashing away on the same circuit breaker, so I won't have an issue with triggering any of these circuit breakers or pulling too many amps out from the same circuit. So I'm not gonna trip anything. We'll see whether or not it stays stable. I sincerely doubt that this rig will stay stable. I'm probably gonna end up having GPUs lost throughout the night, and this probably won't even work. So kind of risky that I have it running late at night, but there shouldn't be a problem. I think it should be fine. Good morning, guys. I just woke up, just got a bloody nose, and literally the first thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this rig all done. As you can tell, it was a really long night last night. Overall, the rig looks pretty cool. It would look a lot cooler if it was actually working properly, but yeah, there were a lot of issues with the space heater rig. I mean, every half hour there was at least one error in Hive or the rigs were crashing. I'm having a feeling it has something to do with one of these graphics cards. But one thing I should note is there is a 1660 and a 1060 that are sharing the same power cable. It shouldn't be overloading that cable. I think an 8-pin PCIe cable can handle up to 225 watts. I think this shouldn't be overloading it because altogether 70, 90 should be 160 watts. I definitely think the 1660 may be the culprit. I was having a lot of issues in my previous rigs where I think this card was crashing the entire system. And I can also boil it down to possibly my new card giving me issues because, you know, it is the new card. It's the newest thing I've added onto the rig. So maybe it might be this card that's giving me trouble as well. I'm not really sure. I will note that I will note that the 1660 was giving me issues on the previous rigs. It was crashing my rigs, having no temperatures being read, and it was just crashing the entire system. This one, when I first started booting it up early last night, I was noticing that temperatures weren't being read on this card, and then all of a sudden, my rigs kept crashing and crashing. So maybe it's this card, it might be. So what I did in the middle of the night was I unplugged this USB cable to the 1660. So it can't be this card. So now I'm just confused. Could be that card. I am really not sure. I think I'm gonna go into BIOS and make sure all the system settings are correct.
Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up non-stop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter, yeah. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out, nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor.
All right, guys, I think I got the new 7 GPU mining rig up and running. It's been stable as of right now. What I did was I took out the 1660 and I pulled another 3060 Ti Founder Edition and put it in its place. Now, I also installed this really cool 7-inch display on the bottom. So cool. So now I don't have to deal with having that monitor downstairs and having it in ISO. I can just have it right on the rig itself, and I can turn it on and off whenever I want because there's a little power button on the back of it. As you can see, looks like everything is mining accordingly. So let's go back to the Hive. I'll just show you guys real quick on Hive. The space heater rig is up and hashing away on T-Rex Miner. So I'm getting 44 mega hash on the Gigabyte card. That's the one I originally had. And the new Zotac card, I'm getting anywhere between 40 to 45 mega hash. Hi guys, back again. Totally forgot to film an outro video earlier, but if you like what you saw, please hit the like button down below or hit the notification and subscribe button down below. Let me know what other content you guys want to see too in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.